Hi everybody, this is Angindra. This is what to play next, and we are playing Ultima VII. It's one of the best games of all time. So I did a bit of questing off the drop, obviously, and we've gotten to the part where it turns a little bit more open world. So I didn't really think that it was necessary to take y'all through, you know, every single peasant in Britannia, the alternate universe that we're exploring. So I just found some cool stuff in Britain, and we'll go through that instead, follow a couple of side quests and so on. So this is the Royal Museum. And that's where they have all my old stuff. So here's the ruins of the virtues. Obviously we won't be needing them this class. It's kind of cool. It's like the trophy hall in Lego Batman. Lord British got his own statue. Must be nice, right? Gargoyle lens and the Britannia lens. And with that we could read the Codex of Ultimate Wisdom. They had, you know, the usual tropes where, like, this one thing would save the world. One of them was a tome that went through to the other side, and the gargoyles had it. They decided to move in with us because their place was going down. The bones of Zog, earliest Britannian fossil. Swamp boots once worn by the Avatar. Mantis harpsichord used while composing. Ania of Spring. So, that's probably the one we used to open the sandalwood box. Stones of Virtue. I don't know if I need those. Lord British's musket. He brought it over. These were considered, like, great, wow, great musical quality for back in the day. And I remember you had to play, in Ultima IV, I think it was. You had to play the harpsichord, and you had to play the secondary tune in order to open up and have the sandalwood box. It was one of those twist endings that, you know, everyone was really glad that the internet had just come out because they had to ask around about it. The Ankh, the symbol of the virtues. We, of course, as the Avatar, represent the 8 virtues. The vortex cube. That's how we travel. That's how we rolled, yo. Summon the silver snakes. Silver horn once used by gargoyles. I'm surprised that they didn't monetize that, because they are selling silver snake venom. It was an addiction that was preferred by the gargoyles. It made them super strong for a while, but then it makes them extraordinarily tired. So that's kind of a downer. Alright, what do we have here? T.O. Town Hall. To like sound things out, this is so bad. Or spell them out. With Runic, you don't actually sound it out. With the modern standard Arabic alphabet, you just read, the letter's pronunciation is actually read right to left, which is why it's called Arabic. But the word is read left to right, so you have to, like, basically know how each letter sounds based off of the letter that comes after it, and then you read it left to right. So that's why phonics is so popular. Waiting for this chick to show up to her job so I can exchange my monies here. See a filthy beggar flashes you a grin as though you were his best friend in the whole world. Snaz! You have no job for he's a beggar. For a gold coin he'll tell you a joke. Sure. Alright, here's one. Discussing a philosophy with a fellowship member the other day, and he asked me, "What is in thine opinion the height of stupidity?" So I said, "I do not know. How tall art thou?" "No, really, I make sport of the fellowship, but I mean it sincerely." For gold coin, I'll tell thee another. What do you have to say about Lord British? I was at the castle Lord British the other day when I noticed he had 3 large pools, so I asked why he had 3 of them. He pointed at the first one, said it was the first was to swim in cool water, the second was for friends to swim in warm. I noticed that the 3rd pool was empty and asked him why. He said it was for people who could not swim. Poor Lord British, when faced with a gigantic menace that threatens his entire kingdom, he's an extraordinarily capable ruler, but what happens when there are a myriad of smaller things that all threaten the welfare of his people indirectly? There's a riddle for thee to solve. That's what I dearly love about the fellowship. They could always take a joke. And from what I heard, they play funny jokes on themselves, like the joke they played in Intrinsic. Oh, so what about that's getting around? We're investigating a ritual murder from Intrinsic. Oh, we'll just go on into the palace. Why the heck not? So we're investigating a ritual murder, and we believe it's a fellowship. There's a lot of evidence that points towards that. They're teaching people basically to be sheep for a shepherd, and it's just not that evolved around here for that. They're just not there yet. You're wary of conversing with the trickster Chuckles, but decide to do it anyways. What's up, Chuckles? I must not say my name, lest I break the rule of the game. Thou must play the game if thou dost wish to speak with me. Thou didst break the rule of the game, thou had best learned it. Okay, so we have a game that we'll play. I was, I am, and shall be the court fool. I could give thee a clue if I wish, but for now my job is to play the game. Let's play the game if thou wish to speak with me. I know the game, then just play it. I know the game. What do we speak of what thou wouldst like? Okay, so you don't say names in the game. What else? I know the game, and just play it. Of what do we speak? Of what thou wouldst like? A joke. I don't think I could tell a good joke while I play the game. 'Twould be hard. I have one. Why did the hen cross the road to get to the side she was not on? The weather. Yeah, it has to do with, not dangling participles, but it's a grammar game, basically. I figured it out once, now I don't remember. You see your old friend Nystel, now a decrepit old man in Mage's robe. He seems lost in thought and far away. And he was Nystel, yes, that is it. Well, I used to perform quite a bit of magic, he says apologetically. Yes, I think I used to. There's a man named Lord British. I think I worked for him. Lord who? Oh, you mean the old man who sometimes sits on the throne. Sometimes the magic works, and sometimes it doth not. He waves his hand and drops his wand. Oops. He cries as he bends to pick it up. Oh, honey, you make me want a screwdriver. Art thou sure this man is not really the jester? Anyway, as I was saying, what was I saying? Oh, yes. Magic, I can still sell thee some spells or reagents if thou wouldst like. Okay, so he still sells spells and reagents. Dost thou wish to buy some spells? Oh gosh, I think I'm in first circle. What spell would thou like to buy? Light. Light spell is 35 gold. I think I have enough. Oh, I don't have a spell book. Okay. Can I buy a spell book? Sure. Blood moss, ginseng. Okay, so I can get components, but I can't. I need a spell book first, so we'll have to find out where that is. Oh, Pop-Tart, I was going to talk to you, now I can't find you. It's the only bad thing about this perspective. See a servant girl who looks at you and wonder, thou dost look familiar, who art thou? Hello, Nell. Told you my name is Nell. I'm aware of that. I'm a chambermaid. I'm responsible for keeping the castle tidy. Just a servant girl, really. It's very large and keeps me very busy. Thou wouldst not believe how dusty it gets. Suppose I'll always be a servant. My parents are servants, my brother's a servant. Fiancé isn't a servant, my child will probably be a servant too. Work in the castle as well. Boots is my mother, Benny is my father. They've been here for years. I was born in this castle and played in the nursery. Thou mightest run into him. He's also a servant in the castle Charles. Other than not being as smart as I am, he's all right, for a bumbling ass, that is. That would be Kuroshio, the dear man who runs the Punch and Judy show. He writes the loveliest love poetry. We're getting married as soon as Kuroshio can afford a wedding ring. Nell looks worried. I don't want anyone to know it isn't showing, is it? Kuroshio and I are getting married as soon as possible. He is the father, I think. Then again, it could be. Probably not him. Or could it be? Wait, that would be interesting. What am I saying? The father is most definitely Kuroshio. Please don't tell anyone. It would be embarrassing. I'm not really going to mess around with that, but thank you so much for the overshare. Oh, hey, what up? See an impressive winged girl with a stately demeanor. You're known as Wislam. What's up, Wislam? It's been a while. It's the word for wise man. To be the advisor to Lord British and act as a representative for my race here in Britain. To be honored to be in a long line of advisors to the king. To make sure the gargoyle race is heard in the castle. To have been a long road to acceptance and integration into Britannian society. To tell you that not long after your last visit, the gargoyles settled upon Terrafin, an island to the southeast. They've moved little by little onto the mainland. To be accepted in most places, to feel sad, however, that there are still towns that do not accept us, but our Lord and King Draxinosum is still alive and doing a magnificent job to know and help all gargoyles who are alive. Wisdom listens to your story about the murders intrinsic, to be sad to hear for that. To suggest you visit Lord Draxinosum in Terfin and tell him about Enamo, who will know who Enamo's parent garden is. To recommend you relay this news as soon as possible. To go soon and tell them. To know you are reliable. To bid farewell. So they don't conjugate their verbs for whatever reason. See your old friend Lord British, looking a bit older than when you last saw him. His eyes gleam at the sight of you. Welcome, my friend, he says, embracing you. I just show up every couple hundred years. Please, tell me what brings thee to Britannia. More importantly, what brought thee here. Lord British looks at you gravely. The foundation of Britannia was shaken with the rising of an island. This event was no random disaster. It was one of sorcerous intent. It should only be fun. Oh. They're an extremely useful and productive group of citizens, so we'll certainly visit the Fellowship headquarters here in Britain and speak with Batlin. Fellowship has done many good deeds throughout Britannia, including feeding the poor, educating and helping those in need, promoting general goodwill and peace. Trying to get a sense of the culture here. Mine is not the magical orb. Mine has not worked since the troubles with magic began. In fact, none of the moon gates have been working reliably for quite a while. So bring thy orb of the moons. Really, where is it? Thou dost not have it on thee. Thou might be stranded in Britannia. Here, why not try mine? I'll let thee borrow it. Perhaps it'll work for thee. Be careful, though. The moon gates have become dangerous. The British hands you his orb of the moon. You relate the story of how a red moon gate appeared behind your house and mysteriously took you to Trinsic. Lord British's brow creases as you speak. Finally, he said, I did not set the red moon gate to fetch thee. Someone or something must have activated the moon gate. And that is strange indeed, because we've been having a bit of trouble with moon gates as of late. In fact, we've been having trouble with magic in general. Yes, Wolf, I feel a great disturbance in the ether when this island arose from the sea. The island is none other than the Isle of Fire, where thou defeated the Hellspawn Exodus. Batlin. He is a druid who began the Fellowship about 20 years ago. He's highly intelligent, warm, and gentle human being. Headquarters is not far from the castle to the southwest, just south of the theater. The moon gates are not functioning, and we cannot use them as we have in the past. Not only are they dysfunctional, they are in fact dangerous. One of my trusted sages used mine own Orb of the Moons to travel to the Shrine of Humility. His body did shatter upon entering the gate. If only the Magian Cove hadn't gone mad. Something is awry. Magic has not been working here for the longest time. I've even had trouble creating food with magic. Must be something wrong with magical ether. There are those who say that magic is dying. With the trouble with the moon gates and the situation with Nystal, I'm beginning to suspect they might be right. Lord British studies you. Perhaps magic will work much better for thee. Thou hast not been in Britannia for a while. It's possible that whatever has affected magic has not made its mark upon thee yet. Please try it. A spell book is stored with the rest of thine equipment. Oh, thank God, I needed stuff. The Wolf, thou should know when I created the Shrines of the Virtues, I also set upon this island 3 great shrines dedicated to the principles of truth, love, and courage. They reside within the walls of the Castle of Fire. I never revealed this to thee before. I thought them forever lost when the Isle of Fire mysteriously sank beneath the waves. Shrines are meant for the use of an avatar only, and therefore a talisman will be necessary. Talismans are guarded by tests thou shouldst have no problem passing if thou wishes to seek their counsel. If thou wishes to seek out the isle, thou mayest use my ship, which now sits upon the southern shore of Vesper and is called the Golden Ankh. Please feel free to use it for as long as thou hast need. The British hands you the deed to the ship. I'm getting the hookup here. I have also focused a magical crystal in the entrance of the Castle of Fire, which I refurbished after thy battle with Exodus. Here, take it. Perhaps it will give thee some insight, although be warned, if it's not at all stable and might be prone to shatter, the nearer thou findest thyself to the location to which it is tuned. So it kind of is like a homing missile. Thy battle with this strange mixture of machine and spirit is now legendary. Do be careful if thou art going to the Isle, for the main set being now resides in one of the chambers of the Castle of Fire. So Exodus is still kicking around. The ruler leans forward and speaks quietly. There's a mad mage in Cove by the name of Rudium, so remember him. Rudium was working with a magical substance called Blackrock. Before he went mad, he claimed that this mineral could solve the problems of the moon gates. I suggest that thou shouldst go to Cove and find him. Try to learn what it was he was doing with this Blackrock material. This script is so hard to read. It's like an illumination script. It could be our only hope. Surely thou dost remember Cove is a pleasant town to the east of Britannia, quite relaxing. King lowers his voice. He's acting oddly. Something has happened to Nystel's mind. He doesn't seem to be able to concentrate on magic anymore. Yes, I have a spellbook stored away with the rest of thy equipment. Thou art welcome to any of mine equipment. I keep it in a locked storeroom here in the castle. Thou wilt find the key in my study. Rodrian was a brilliant and respected mage. Something happened to him in recent years. He seemed to go completely senile. Something jars Lord British's memory. I wonder if there's a connection between what happened to Rodrian and what's befallen Nystel. I'm sure thou canst find the storeroom. Consider it something of a game. Study. 'Tis in the western end of the castle. So I guess I could go just grab my stuff and then I'll head up the mint. So I'll have money and so on. What do I need the key from his whatever? Let's save in case I accidentally steal. Every once in a while they like to hit you with picking up my stuff. They like to hit you with random things like you feel like you can take anything from the castle but you can't and so on. So let's see what this does. Oh good. It's all the secret doors. Ah, it is better. Turning out the lights, turning on the covers. I feel good about it. Everything in Avatar should know about sex, and there's nothing in it. Lord British, biography of Britain's longtime ruler. Well, it's a history of Britain, isn't it? While many remember the Lord British was once but one of 8 monarchs back when the lands were known as Caesarea, few are aware he's not even a native of our own lovely Britannia. His origin is from another world, one from which he entered ours by way of a Red Moon Gate. In fact, it is thought that the same type of gate that the Avatar of Legend purportedly enters Britain. As ruler of one of the 8 kingdoms, he was instrumental in selecting a champion to face mundane Minax and Exodus. The terrible machine Exodus was defeated. 'Twas Lord British, behind whom all the people of Caesarea rallied. The unified land became known as Britannia, with Lord British as the sole monarch. Though never let it be said he rules with a tyrannical hand, his reign has always been one of truth, love, and courage, supported by his utmost belief in the 8 virtues. It was Lord British who had the insight to call forth the quest for the Avatar, whom also happened to be the champion from the days of Caesarea, and who gave prosperity and happiness unto the people. Then came his mysterious disappearance, when the stranger who became the Avatar was called by his companions to aid in the search for the lost monarch. Note how Lord Blackthorn, affected by the Shadow Lords, quickly turned Britannia's fair lands into a place of terror. But find our noble lord the Avatar dead, and Britannia was restored to its former peaceful state. Then came the gargoyles, and our honorable sovereign thoughtfully requested the return of the Avatar. Key to the Black Gate. The pages bound within this book contain well-documented clue information from the invaluable sources of origin systems. So they pretend they have a hints book in the king's chambers. That's one way to do it. Alright, so we're looking for his study. Throne room of Lord British. We've got some very nice statues. I don't want to miss the Royal Mint. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Oh my goodness, I'm an early riser. I'm really not. It's painful. I will eventually sleep in again someday. Let's see. So that's got to be Nystel's room. Yeah. Stories of Legend. Mempto Rays. 101 Ways to Cheat at Nim. That's not the study either. What is? So that doesn't open the secret doors. You are not helping me out here, B. Alright, so here are my secret doors. There's the kitchen. What's in here? They store some of the stuff back behind the secret doors. It's hilarious. What does this one do? I'm either gonna open these or close them. I can't remember. Like, is it one over? Or... So they're having some sort of a conference. I really just can't find this guy's study. You would think this would be easy. Who are you? See a lovely earthy woman with a warm smile. Word is spread quickly of thy arrival, Avatar. Welcome. I am Miranda. Serve on the Great Council. Today we're working on a bill of law. When I'm not here in the council, I'm kept busy with a young child. Great Council supports Lord British in the legislation of Britannia's laws. I'm honored to be one of the 3 women serving on the council. In Winslow, Clem and I are drafting a bill which would make it illegal to distribute any waste products in Loch Lake near Cove. The lake is quite defiled. Miranda smiles. Yes, my son's name is Max. He's probably at the royal nursery. He's quite obviously his father's son. Perhaps thou hast met him. Raimundo, the director of the Royal Theatre. We believe Max will be quite a performer when he's older. I'm particularly concerned about women's duties and privileges and their available opportunities and lands. Our history has been kind to women in general, but there's still room for improvement. Art thou traveling to Cove? I am. Good news. Perhaps thou could do us a great favor. I was like, I'm not reading that right. We need this bill delivered to Lord Heather in Cove. He must read it and give us his approval by signing it. I know thou hast far more important things to do than running errands, but it would be greatly appreciated. Will thou do it? Of course. Wonderful. Here's the bill. Bring it back to me when it's signed, and we thank thee. More women could hold public office. I would also personally like to get rid of those scantily clad women in heroic fantasy paintings. Right there with you, girl. We shall see thee again, I hope, Avatar. Oh dear, so let's see. What are the odds he comes with me? I don't think so. He might train me for free. There's a lot of free stuff floating around this castle in Hypothesis. So, see your former companion and friend Geoffrey, captain of the guard. Geoffrey chuckles. Art thou joking? I am Geoffrey. These days I remain in my position as captain of the guard. I'm Lord British's personal bodyguard and I'm in charge of security at the castle. I don't have much time or use for adventuring now. Sorry to hear that. I've aged a bit over the last 200 years. I'm afraid I shall not be joining thee this time, but my thoughts are with thee, and if I may offer some assistance, I shall be glad to do so. My advice to thee is build upon thy experience and skills as soon as possible. Thou hast been away from Britannia for a long time. Thou mightest not be in the same shape thou wert at the end of thy last adventure here. It's apparently a difference between our worlds. Whenever thou shalt return, it is as if thy physical body has arrived here for the first time. It's the reason why many of thy known companions have chosen to stay here, even though they've aged in Britannia in time. Go and search for monsters, vanquish them, take their gold, gain experience. You said experience will let us visit trainers, increase thy strength, dexterity, and intelligence, as well as thy combat skill and ability to perform magic. They'll be lost without this necessary evolution of experience. Yes, it's been a long time for Britannia reckoning since I've seen my homeland. When I was finished with thy business, do come back and tell us news of what's happening there. And I still is quite loony. If thou dost ask me, I believe all the mages in the land are afflicted. Take a look and find out for thyself. Will do, bro. Will do. Okay, so this takes me up onto the battlements. I don't really know that would help. I still have yet to find Lord British's study. So, that's unfortunate. Oh, dear. Somewhere in here, I do have stuff, though. Oh, I bet you that's my stuff. What on earth? Where's my magical lever? I want my stuff. There will be a lever. Okay, that's locked. I feel that that's also my stuff. All my stuff. All of it. Alright, so. Who are you, friend? See, a thoroughly disheartened young man who's miserably languishing behind bars. Weston. Oh, you're Weston. Okay, we found you. That's the husband of the lady down in Paws. I've known so long as I'm left to rot in this prison. Thy job is to pay for the crime thou hast committed. My crime is stealing apples from a royal orchard. So I did, and I admit it freely. Given the same set of circumstances, I'd do it again. Aha, not only a unrepentant criminal, but also a potential professional thief. Looks like this one has ended up in the right place in just the nick of time. I had offered to buy them first, but Fig, the caretaker of the orchard, set an exorbitant price, which I'm certain he would have pocketed for himself, so yes, I admit to stealing them. See how the common criminal blames his type of immoral behavior on others, all the while denying it in himself. This is irredeemable, this one is. Not from Britain, milady, I'm from Paws, and it's another reason why they believe I'm to be trifled with. This prisoner is from Paws, I bloody knew it. To his credit, he was in town nearly an entire day before he stole something. For a citizen of Paws, that is as honest as they come. He gives basket of fruit free to the fellowship without Lord British's consent, I'm quite certain. Thou should not listen to this obvious slander, milady, it's hearsay. My only regrets is that I did not try to steal something bigger, and I did not get away with it. Pause is a town where thou mayest feel the icy grip of poverty about thine heart. Oh, bloody hell. I suppose now he's going to go and tell us this whole pathetic life story. Could thou wait until I get out my handkerchief so I do not interrupt thee with my wailing? I do not wish to bemoan my fate, but my family lives in pause. My wife Alina and my child Cassie. They were starving and I came to Britannia to get food for them. Oh no, do not go and bring up poverty as an excuse as to why thou hast turned to crime. My father was so poor he and his family had to eat dirt. Still raised me proper. Eat stuffings out of me if you ever so much as imagine I did anything wrong. I could tell thee that. Although there are fools who will speak otherwise, the people of Britannia are being crushed by the vicious tyranny of the class system. Well, if you have more than they could ever enjoy, the fellowship don't really seem classist. Tense with popped eyebrow. There are many who go to sleep hungry every night. My wife and daughter to name two of them. Oh, that reminds me, it's nearly time for my meal break. The trout is supposed to be delicious today at the farmer's market. I do not want any mercy for myself. I've admitted my guilt, but my life does not only belong to myself, it belongs to my wife and family as well. Without me, they'll suffer unbearable hardships, such as they might not survive. Dramatic. Not so long as Paws was thriving rustic. Not so long ago, Paws was a thriving rustic coastal village. But as Britain grew larger, most of our local businesses moved there. We became a farming town, and 7-year drought gave us a lashing we could not yet recover from. Fools like our good friend the guard would have us believe that nothing has changed in Britannia over 200 years. We can live our lives as if our problems don't exist. Say to thee that it is people like that who caused our problems in the first place. I'm certain that Lord British is a just and fair ruler. He must be quite unaware of all that goes on in his kingdom. Surely he would not tolerate such inequity. Alright, that's enough noise out of the all day long yakety-yaketa about the awful, terrible class system. That's a justice system, actually. The class system allows people to circumvent that, or to use society as such, which actually allows people to group, for instance, the middle class to handle things that the middle class wants to handle, and so on and so on, and allows for separation of cultures and things that basically America stands for. Why, the next thing thou knowest, thou shalt be saying society is to blame for thy crimes. Not a word from anybody about any appreciation for keeping the laws in order. No, of course not. All the pity in the world for the dangerous lawbreakers who are the real threat to society. Wouldst thou speak with Lord British about me? I would bet that he is completely unaware of my case. Please, will thou speak with him? Sure. I already promised your wife. Oh, thank thee, Avatar, my fate and the fates of my wife and daughter are in thine hands. I thank thee for visiting me. So the upper class will occasionally intervene, if they're able or if they know somebody. And that causes some resentment because you're not supposed to approach them. So there's an element of chance to it. If you do know how to navigate society, it's possible to do that politely. Lord British listens to your story about Weston. He looks concerned. I do not recall this case. Let me check. He quickly scans a scroll. Imprisoned for the theft of one apple from royal orchards. Ludicrous. Someone must have usurped mine authority. Thou mayest consider the man pardoned. Investigation will commence immediately into the circumstances surrounding his arrest and into this fellow fig. Mine thanks to the Avatar. See, it's the fellowship again. They're doing this old boys club thing that really just never works out well. Where is his study, and where is this key that he said was there? The man said there was a key in his study. Nobody's seeing this. We're just gonna like move stuff around until we find this. Starting to get irate. I have a ton of stuff that I can use in one of these rooms, and I cannot really let me find it. Oh, Lord British, I do not have time for your games. So that might be... It's got a bed in it, though. No, that's an oil lamp. Like, rifling through everyone's stuff, probably. Where is his study, and where is this key? He said his study was in the eastern part of the building, but I didn't see it, so... Oh... What are the odds that he'll have a bed in the study? Probably none. So we have the royal kitchens, the royal nursery, we have the council room. I already went in there. God, you got some nice digs. Eastern part of the building, eastern part of the building. Where is the study? That's gotta be Nystill's room. Gunpowder. Oh, let's see here. Too heavy. I bet we could fix the situation. Oh, there is a drawer in there. Okay, do you have a key? Is that his study? That's quite the man cave there, Lord British. How about that? Let's go exploring, huh? Let's get some stuff. Is it breakfast time? I need my stuff. Oh, I should probably go tell Weston he's free. Oh, they already know. Well, that's exciting. Alright. Where is the key? It's always fun to find the stuff that you put in your backpack. It's kind of a challenge sometimes. Okay, I've got a ring, a bucket, a magic crystal, a pair of tongs, nobody knows why. I'm alright with it. The deed to a ship. Somewhere within the confines of this backpack lies a key which will open said door. Ah, there it is. And my stuff! Ye gods! Has it been so long? Alright. Kite shield. Got some, can you carry this? Alright. So, can ditch this awful excuse for a weapon on my belt. Oh, it won't let me do that and carry a shield. Well, that's unfortunate. I bet you that... No, he needs both hands. We'll put this here in case somebody closes with you, dear. Two-handed sword, alright. Ilo also cannot carry a shield. We're just like really ripping it up with not being able to carry a shield here. Too heavy. That's unfortunate. How about myself? Ooh, that is heavy. Okay, well. Bedroll in case I need to rest. Certain amount of food. Ilo, you're overburdened, thou canst not run. What's in here? Some cash, thank goodness. You start out pretty low in funds all the time in Britannia. It's very unfortunate. It won't fit. Are we serious right now? How about a sack of flour? You can fit a sack of flour in there, not that. Don't pretend to understand. Can that... It can't go on my belt? These guys are killing me, bro. What can I ditch? I mean, hypothetically I can ditch the kite shield, but... What's Iolo? Iolo's overburdened also, so let's see. We'll do the gunpowder. Too heavy. How much weight does that have? Oh, that's quite a lot. Okay, so we'll drop that in there. It won't fit. Oh, we don't need the bag. Oh, those are reagents. We kind of do. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Clubs. Got some scrolls. Alright, so we want the reagents. Oh, seriously? Still, I ditched a kite shield. What do you want from me here? Bone marrow? I think Iolo is allowed to carry the deeds, as long as I have them. Too heavy. Well, I didn't want the whole bloody barrel. We don't actually need these caltrops. We'll just put those right there. Guard my stuff. Wow, what do they even want from me here? Can I carry that there? No. Usually, hypothetically, can sling that across your back. Won't fit. I don't need the bucket of water. I don't need the magical caltrops. Those can go there. What on earth was I running around picking up? Do you ever realize just how much of a pack rat you are? Won't fit still. Do I have another bag in here that I am unaware of? Deed. Keys. Got arrows. You could hook Spark up with magical arrows and then hopefully get him something decent. There we go. And then we have some cash money in here. Not a lot, but hopefully enough to get some more equipment. Magical boots. Oh, that's a tough one. I should probably put them on the kid. His hit points are so low. I'm a soft touch. Let's see. I did turn it off. It's off. All of the off. See the off? Sack of wheat. Does this open that door? I vaguely remember something funny about this. And I can't remember if it's just like the time that my kid brother tried to kill Lord British by hemming him in with flasks of oil. Occasionally the characters were annoying back in the day. That is not how you do that. There is definitely a secret lever that will open that, and I don't know where it is. There's a courtyard. Work with me here. Entirely stained glass. Maybe if I move things around in my room, I can open this up. It would be handy to start off with some decent weapons and armor. Let's see. It's not under the sack of flour. It's not there. It's not under the barrel. I can't move that. Can't move that. Can I move this? I'm not seeing anything. How about in the prisoner's room? I was thinking I could blow it open, but it's a wall, not a door. It's locked. Oh well. Better hit up the Royal Mint while I still can. Got some more gunpowder. Got the portcullis thingamabob. So, piece of cake, some parrot jester. Bye, Chuckles. Have fun. Ah, good. You're finally here. So, let's talk money. Oops. Talking to a desk. Alright. Helpful looking, efficient woman. Her name is Cynthia. She's a teller at the Mint. She's also a member of the Britannian Tax Council. Assessing, collecting, and paying. She hands me a tax form. Oversee the production of coins, an accurate count of how much money the kingdom has available for things such as farming, building new roads, developing sources of fresh water, seeing to the health of its citizenry, maintaining the states of the nobles, raising guard militia, and carrying out the decrees of the Lord British. In order to keep the standard of money constant, we also operate as an exchange for those who possess quantities of gold. We supply the equivalent value of the gold in spendable coin of the realm, and then transform the gold we receive into more money. As you can see, it's a very efficient system. And I do have some gold nuggets. 10 gold coins for each gold nugget, 100 for each gold bar. There are 40 gold coins for the in return, I think, for their business. Okay. What do I need? I need, like, swamp boots. I have a decent sword. The kid could use, oh gosh, probably a bow. I wonder how much that would be. Iola's got the hookup around here, I think. So, yeah, that's Iola's bows. So let's talk to, let's see what we can do. What's up, Coop? Manager of Iola's bows. Yes, I need a bow and arrows. We sell all kinds of bows along with arrows and bolts. If thou just wish to buy something, please say so. What would thou like to buy? A bow. It sells for 40 gold. Okay, so I can get a bow. And then I need some corals for Iola. Bolts. Bolts sell for 30 gold for a dozen. Yes. How many dozen would sell like? I should probably just pick up one. Sell like something else? No. Okay, so we are ready to go adventuring. I think. Elo has the bow. He's almost out of corals, but we have backup here. Obviously, I went out and capped some monsters to get funds for this. And now we're going to go on the tour and have some fun. So, alright kid, are you ready for your first real weapon? Thought so. Such a good person. Alright, so we're going to go get some money. We can do that by raiding a cave. think there's anything else that needs to be done here except visit the Fellowship headquarters. After this, I go to Cove. So, Royal Stables. Was there anything that I was missing before I go? The Farmer's Market. We freed Weston. So he's going to be heading back to see his family. I wonder if we can buy healing potions. Not from someone who's not there. Trainer. The healer. Oh, okay. Well, what is he doing? So do you sell potions? You see a healer who looks honest. I've been looking forward to thine arrival, Avatar. Word spreads quickly. I'm pleased to meet thee. Qualified to heal, cure, and resurrect. Okay, so I don't actually need him. What I want is the guy who makes potions. You're a bit hungry. What are you doing getting hungry? Did anyone say you could be hungry? That food smells good. There's the inn. I felt like there was one more place I was going to visit. And oh, is this it? National branch. Oh, it's the branch office. I might as well get this out of the way. It's gonna be horrible. See a rotund older gentleman who is at once humble yet dignified. His gentle eyes exude caring for his fellow person. My named good friend is Batland, and indeed it is truly a privilege to meet the Avatar in the flesh. Ah, my good colleagues Elizabeth and Abraham were just here. They left this morning for Minak on Fellowship business, also to the east. They deal with the distribution and collection of funds. While thou art here, please feel free to enjoy an apple, the finest in all Britannia. I'm certain thou will find. They are provided to the Fellowship by the Royal Orchards. Only active potential Fellowship members are privy to the concept of the voice. I can tell thee more when thou dost take the Fellowship test. Art thou ready to join? All day, bro. All day. I'm not infiltrating. I'm not an infiltration specialist. I'm a reader. Everyone knows that. But first things first. I recommend that thou takest our examination to determine if thou art truly in need of the Fellowship's feelings. Dost thou wish to take it? Sure. Questions are all hypothetical. Do not let them confuse or upset you. Thou art feeling depressed right now. Is it more likely because thou hast disappointed a friend, or a friend has disappointed me? I can tell from thine answer thou art a person who tends to trust people and is often willing to give people another chance, even after ample demonstration they are not worthy of one. Batlin smiles and nods. Question 2. Thou art at a feast hosted by a very high-ranking local official. Thou dost believe the food he's ordered to be served is little more than swill. Thou dost notice the other guests certainly think so. When thine host asks if thou dost like their food, dost thou tell the truth or lie to him? Be polite. The response shows that thou art a bluntly honest person who may occasionally say things that people may not like hearing. Me? Never. But thine intentions are noble ones. Balin makes a sweeping gesture with his hand. I've warned people, like, sometimes if you get somebody going, they'll leave you with a forever scar. That I would be polite about, though. Question 3. Thou hast taken the last room available in an inn. Upon entering, thou dost find that it is filthy. Middle of the night, there is no one to clean it and nowhere else to stay. Dost thou clean up the room thyself, at least somewhat before reposing in it? Dost thou go to sleep, letting the room remain as thou hast found it? Thou hast revealed that thou art a person who instinctively believes they are responsible for anything that goes wrong, and it falls to thee to put the whole world right. Batlin sighs. Question 4. At a festive gathering, thou dost tell a humorous anecdote, and do tell it very well, creating much amusement. Dost thou tell the comedic story because A, thou dost enjoy the response that is received from thy audience, or B, because thou dost want to please thy friends? Then answer shows that thou art a person who instinctively sees friends as tools to be used for their own gratification. Batlin frowns slightly. Question 5. If thou wert to become a personal leader, one who has amassed fantastic fortune and wealth, be most likely because A, thou hast discovered an infallible method of stealing the money of others, or B, thou hast discovered an infallible method of illicitly duplicating the coin of the realm. Oh, great. Now we're getting into double blind, or, no-win situations here. Oh, gosh. Let's steal the money. From question 5, we learn that our person who is instinctively believe they're incapable of achieving success, someone who feels that they can only profit through the exploitation of others. That's one of us, bro. Batlin slowly shakes his head. Question 6. While traveling, thou dost find a man in terrible pain. It's an interesting spelling, given that that's supposed to be an American game. I thought that Lord British was American. His arm has been grievously injured. A healer tending to him tells thee that the man's arm will have to be removed. You require thy assistance to do so. The man says he'll recover from the injury and asks thee not to let the healer amputate his arm. Thus, he heeds the word heed the words of the healer, respect the wishes of the injured man. I'm just an innocent bystander, bro. By thine answer, thou art a person who deeply believes in the value of human life and who has a strong sense of faith in the possibilities that life continuously gives us. Batlin gives thee a knowing look. Question 7. Thou hast just killed a small dog by throwing a rock at it. It is more likely thou hast done this because the dog was going to attack thee. The dog was going to attack someone else. Question tells us you're an overly defensive person. Thou dost need to stop assuming that the world around thee exists only to give thee potential harm. Batlin strokes his chin thoughtfully. Thou art in a boat with thy betrothed and thy mother. Capsizes in the choppy waters, thou can only save thyself and one person. Who do you keep from drowning, thy betrothed or thy mother? While risking thy life to save the life of thy betrothed is admirable, I cannot help but wonder what suppressed hostility thou dost have towards thy mother, as thou would simply let her drown. Batlin shrugs. Thou art a person of strong character, Avatar, but one who is troubled by deep personal problems that prevent thee from achieving thy true potential or greatness. What an interesting finding. It's not a shyster at all. In short, thou art precisely the type of person for which this fellowship was created. I welcome thee into thy fold. Know thy path to the Triad is not an easy one, but its rewards are bountiful. You will, of course, waive the usual sabbatical of studying as required before one achieves membership. Thou art, after all, the Avatar. However, as one of our tenets prescribes worthiness precedes reward, thou must embark on a task or two for the fellowship. All this can only be good, before thou can properly inducted and receive thy medallion. Need thee to deliver the sealed package unopened to Eleanor, the leader of our fellowship branch in Minak. Cool, I was going there anyways. Eleanor will reward thee upon receiving it. Thou dost have my word. May I trust thee to do it? Sure. Zounds, thy hands are too full to take the box. Please divest thyself of some of the belongings. Well, I can divest myself of a significant amount of food, according to these guys. So let's do that. Is there anything else? Oh, the bedroll is very cumbersome. I forgot about that. Can we, like... Oh, wow. We can overeat. Okay, they do stop you, I wondered. We were just like all bottomless pits. Spark probably is. Wolf, my dear friend, how wonderful. I do hope the hands are not too full to take the package. Okay, so we're working our way into the fellowship here. We can do this. I'm excited. We're all excited here. That is quite the shot on that statue. What's this? The music hall. It's kind of awesome. See a handsome and flamboyant musician. I am Nino. I'm studying to be the greatest bard Britannia has ever known. I probably already am the greatest bard Britannia has ever known. You know that Nino is not at all modest. It's a great honor to be a bard. Thou art someone who gives pleasure to other people while at the same time fulfilling a creative urge within thyself. It's truly magical. I know this from mine experience playing with the avatars. It is a singing group I play with. We played the Blue Boar every evening. Please come listen to us. Nino leads in to whisper, but I plan to begin performing alone very soon. I'm obviously the most talented member of this quartet. Music hall provides a great environment for study. Judith is a wonderful teacher and the opportunities here are of the highest quality. One day I shall travel the world and entertain the common folk and nobles alike. It is my dream to be famous throughout the land. I shall tour the country every year and play in largest pubs in town. He winks at you. I shall be assured of wooing the woman, dost thou not think? Farewell. Watch for our performance posting dates. Who are you, dear? I'm Judith, and I already know who thou art. Teach music in the music hall, and I also fatten my purse bit by playing with the avatars. Music is my life. I know I'll never be a famous bard, but if I receive great pleasure from playing and performing, I enjoy teaching as well. Music hall. Lord British appointed me to music teacher a couple years ago. It's a wonderful job. We're a singing group. We play the Blue Boar every evening. Please come and hear us. My pupil Nino is in the group. We hope to tour the country next year if we can raise the funds. Fulfills my life purpose to teach others, but also gives me time away from home. Oh, I do not want to speak about home. My husband and I, well, we are not altogether happy. Thou mightst know him. He's Patterson, the town mayor. He's an intelligent and honest man, but we have our differences. I don't know why I'm telling thee all of this. Well, for one thing, he's a member of that group, the Fellowship. Another thing is he does not spend too much time at home. I can't believe he works so much. They seem to have taken over our lives. They seem to have taken over our country. He always says he has to work late. Some nights he comes home before dawn, other nights he's out the entire night. Well, I must not think about it. I'll only become saddened. I must concentrate on my music. That doesn't sound like it's going well. Judith goes back to her instrument after a smile and a wave. Like I said, when you teach people to be sheep, you kind of have to be ready for it, because your system has to be fairly uncorruptible. Corruption is far worse than any sort of It's never the system that goes into place that fails, which is a strange thing to say, but I can say it with a certain amount of conviction. Marxism has a decent amount of, theory behind it and so on, and you can continue that line of thought all the way down. In theory, most systems work. When you apply them to real life, that's when you run into a problem, because the more corruptible a system is, the more likely it is to fail, and the more concentrated the power is, the more likely a system is to become corrupt. There's a key, and I can't remember where, so I figure I'll just give it a, we'll call it in, phone it in on scanning for it. I thought it was going to rain there for a second. But, so insofar as it goes, having the nobles as described by England gives you yet another leg to the table which rules the land, so it's just more balanced. You see an attractive woman who seems sad. I'm Nastasia. She thinks a moment. I suppose my job is to keep the Shrine of Compassion pristine, although it's not an official position. Shrine of Compassion has been here for many generations. It's of all the shrines in Britannia. My great-great-grandmother, Ariana, made a request in her will that a family line take care of this particular shrine. Many of the shrines have fallen into disuse or overgrown to the point of being lost. It's sad. I'm afraid thou mightest find the other shrines in poor condition. I keep this one well. I do it not only to keep alive my great-great-grandmother's tradition, but for other reasons too. Some people think it odd for a young person to cling to the old ways so, but it's something that gives me great comfort. It gives me the feeling that there is something in this world I belong to. I'd rather not say, please don't ask. So she has her reasons. So this is a shrine, huh? Not a whole lot going on with the runes all centralized and all that, but it's very beautiful, so that's cool. Is that a wishing well? It's kind of cool. Can I make a wish? Who's got my coins? You do, don't you? Oh, shoot. I don't want to do that, do I? That'd be unfortunate. Call it heads. It's tails. Again! That's not what I meant to do at all. That was amusing. This kind of strikes me as something that could go poorly, so we're gonna go ahead and save. We're still talking money. This can get saved under money. Alright. So I have an abacus, so at any time I can see all my funds. Party gold 66. Okay, let's throw 1 in. We're going for 1. I was hoping it would let me choose. Oh, I just put it down. That's not what I meant to do at all. Can I double click on it? Call it tails. It's heads. You're not gonna let me throw it in the well. No? Okay. Well, we'll just give it back to Iolu then. I thought I could throw a coin in the wishing well. But that is apparently just decoration. So, whatever. Sign. Lover's Walk. Alright. What's this place? The Emerald. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, it's a food establishment. Flamboyant bard exudes as something or other aura. I've sung about thee in many a song, and there thou art in the flesh. I recognize thee immediately. The man bows. Welcome, Avatar. De Maria the Bard. Spin tales and sing songs. I also know a good deal about folks in Cove. What if I combine all three? Shall I sing a song which is a tale about the people of Cove? Sure, go for it. Is it called the lymphatic system? I shall tell thee a story of the unhappy person in Cove, Nastasia. She's the only person in town without a lover. Not that she does not have suitors, she's quite beautiful. All she thinks about is the Shrine of Compassion, which is where thou will probably find her at this moment. Demaria strums his lute and sings. There once was a maid, Ariana, who held the shrine so dear, she asked that her offspring do likewise and keep it so year after year. Her son Mikhail became mayor with a goal to keep in fashion the town's old beloved reputation, the city of love and passion. Mikhail's oldest child was Magda. She built Lover's Walk of Fine Park. Rakov's lovers, both young and old, court outdoors in the dark. For the clouds of misfortune do hide, where the sun's brightness seems most fair, and poor Nadia, Magda's daughter of misfortune, had more than her share. It began when Nadia did wed one day to Julius' not so wealthy young lad. He left her a child and went far away, for Nadia's poor heart was sad. One day from you the fateful news came that Julius by a beast was killed. The child came early, 'twas a difficult birth, and Nadia's soul became chilled. With a dagger in hand and child in arms, To the shrine did Nadia run. She plunged the daughter into her own breast. Never again would she see the sun. Nastasia grew up an orphan, you see, unloved and unwanted by all. Today she walks cloaked in solitude, awaiting her destiny's call. And that is poor Nastasia's tale. Perhaps thou canst cheer her. Find her, I beseech thee. Cool. So we gotta cheer up a depressed citizen. Well, we don't have to, but we certainly can. I'm looking for someone to drop off a tax bill. That's the mayor. I'm heading east to Minnock, and I also need the boat if it's docked here. Although it's in Vesper, which might be further east. I'm trying to remember where that is. Beautiful earthy woman in her 40s gives you a friendly smile. I'm Zenadia, the owner and manager of the Emerald, which is closed. Okay, well, you could have fooled me. That food smells good. What's this? I would have thought that that was a wishing well. Just seems like a place for it. Oh lordy, okay, here we go. Hello, Lord Bridge sent word that thou might come visit us. Welcome to Cove. I hope thou canst help her. She needs someone to bring her out of her depression. It's gotten so putrid that on hot summer days the stink is suffocating. I believe that the Britannia mining company in Minnock is the source of the problem. We're going to Minnock anyways! Mining waste is being deposited in the lake, though she should be glad it is near winter. It's about time the government did something about that awful stench coming from that lake. I should be happy to sign the bill, take it back to the Great Council post haste. Do you want me to go back west? Seriously? Oh, why? It's a small place I know. Many of our residents have moved away to larger towns, especially Britain. Maintain a small core of loyal Covites. We are proud of our shrine, our residents to take good care of it. I must try and visit. It's a monument to all the lovers. Britain may be the city of compassion, Cove has become the city of passion. Everyone here seems to fall in love rather easily. I will find that everyone loves someone, almost everyone that is. Except for Nastasia. We hope thou can help her. Okay. I clearly can see that all we're going to do is find a boyfriend for this girl. Alright, well, so we head back west and then we head east, and I can certainly do that without companionship, although I'm having a great time and I hope that you are too. So I'm Jindra. Thank you for coming along for the ride. Drop us a like and subscribe. This was a long one. I'm doing the Ultima VIIs as very long pieces, just because the game itself is so long. So hopefully you had fun. We picked up 3 more quests, so I'm excited. Cats are excited. Everyone's excited. Thank you for watching. As always, much love.